Alright guys, we are back for more of Come and Party with Nick's birthday special. We just did a game of Mario Party 3 for the Nintendo 64, and that was a whole lot of fun. We played a game on Spiny Desert, and we unfortunately couldn't have much of a chance of winning in the end, but we still managed to get second place on that, which is a pretty nice placement for us nonetheless. So anyways, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Mario Party 4 for the Nintendo GameCube. Well, let's see how well we do on this game. So all the N64 Mario Parties have unfortunately been losses for us, but hopefully we can start off the GameCube Mario Parties with the win on this game. But anyways, let's go ahead and choose my file. And let's go to the party mode. I have one player. And Nick has actually requested me to play as Waluigi for this segment. Alright, so for our computer players, let's take on Wario. And we're going to put the computer players on normal difficulty. And then let's also play against Daisy. And finally, let's also play against Yoshi. And for the board that we're going to play on for this segment, Nick requested me to do Goomba's Greedy Gala. Alright, let's make sure my settings are all good to go. So we're going to do 10 turns, we'll have all mini-games, and we'll have bonuses on, no handicap. Alright, I'm ready to play, let's do this. Alright, let's see who's going first. Ah, dang it, I'm going last again. So it looks like Wario's going first, Daisy's going second, Yoshi's going third, and I'm going last. Alright, our first star is gonna be right there. Anyways, let's get this party started. Alright, 2 for Wario to start off, and right off the bat, he lost some coins on the red space. Daisy gets a 6. She's buying a Mega Mushroom. Alright, now it is Yoshi's turn. 8. He's buying a Mega Mushroom as well. Alright, my turn. 2, and we're unfortunately losing coins on the red space right off the bat. Hi, so we're doing a 2 versus 2 minigame to start off, and it's Dungeon Duos. At least this is a good minigame for us to start with here. And Wario's my teammate. Alright, here we go. I'm doing good so far. Alright, we're moving on to the pipes. Alright, let's get to pumping that balloon. And we're gonna pull off the win right there on that first mini game. Nice. So me and Wario are tied for the lead in first place after the first turn. Let's go ahead and see what happens in turn number 2. Alright, it's a 3 for Wario. He does land on a mushroom space, and he gets a mini mushroom. Alright, Daisy's bringing out her mega mushroom. Alright, she gets a 6 and an 8 for a total of 14. And no matter what she got, she was guaranteed to steal away some coins from Yoshi, but Yoshi only had 8 to lose. Alright, Daisy's gonna pay 5 coins for better chances here on the roulette. And she gets a bonus 20 coins right there. And she also gets to decide on her direction. And she's going on the purple path. Makes sense since that is where the star is. Alright, let's see what happens with Yoshi now. And he's also going to use his Mega Mushroom. Seven and 3 for a total of 10. Alright, where's he going? The purple path. He was a little bit short of trying to steal away some coins from Daisy. Anyways, it's back to me. And we get another 2. Alright, 4-player minigame this time. And we're gonna play Bomb Breakers. Alright, let's see what happens. That was a good combo. Oh wow, we ended up getting 2 bombs at once there. We'll see if those can help me out. Okay, that works. We win! That was pretty impressive. Alright, now let's see what the next turn has to offer. Wario's gonna use this mini mushroom. Alright, 3. He's gonna buy a mini mega hammer. Daisy gets herself a 7. Alright, time for her to do a dice duel against Goomba. She's gotta try to beat a 4. And she will do that with a 10, so that does get her a bonus 10 coins. And it looks like it's time for Daisy to go riding on a poker chip since she landed on that happening space. Alright, 3 for Yoshi this time. And looks like he's going to be getting a Mega Mushroom. Alright, 5 for me this time. Alright, I'll go for a Magic Lamp. Better have enough money to get one of them, so why not? Alright. Let's see what we're going to be getting here on this mushroom space. I'll pick that one. It's going to be a mini mushroom. Alright, we're doing a 2 versus 2 mini game. Oh, it's cheap sweep. I am not very good at this one. I'm pairing up with Wario. The thing that's just so challenging about this minigame is trying to get those cheeps with your net. We do get a golden cheat sheet. I probably still have a feeling we're going to lose this right here, since our opponents are pretty far ahead of us. There's another golden cheat sheet. Dang it! Daisy and Yoshi got out by 1 point. We were pretty close right there though, but just wasn't enough. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, Wario gets a 9. Wario's not gonna pay for better chances on this roulette. But where is he going? It's the purple path. And he just landed on a Bowser space. It's Koopa Kid. He has to give up 15 coins, but he only had 10 to lose. Alright, it's gonna be a 1 for Daisy. It looks like she's riding on another poker chip since she landed on a happening space again. Alright, Yoshi's gonna bring out his Mega Mushroom. What kind of a total will we get here? 5 and 4 for a total of 9. And he's gonna be able to steal away some of Daisy's coins. That's actually a nice total for what Yoshi got, because that actually put him closer to the star. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and use my mini mushroom here. Alright, where am I going to be going on this roulette? The green path. I do land on a mushroom space. I'll pick that one this time. And there's a Mega Mushroom. I'll take it. I've got a 2 versus 2 minigame again. Cliffhangers. Alright, this time I'm pairing up with Yoshi. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're about to reach the top here. And we got it! That was too easy. Alright, going into the next turn now. Wario's using his mini Mega Hammer. He's gonna use that on Yoshi. And Yoshi becomes Mega on this turn. Alright, so Wario gets a 6. Let's see how he does on this dice duel against Goomba. He's gotta try to be a 6. And he couldn't quite do that. He ends up with a 3, so Wario has to go back to the start. Alright, it's a 4 for Daisy. She couldn't quite get to the star right there, and now it's on to Yoshi. All because he's becoming Mega on this turn, he's not going to be able to get that star either way here. He gets 10 and 5 for a total of 15. Alright, let's see what Yoshi's going to be getting on this mushroom space. A mini mushroom. Alright, Let's use my Mega Mushroom right here. $10 and 7 for a total of 17. Alright, that's very good. Alright, back to the roulette here. And I'm not gonna pay for better chances. Okay! There's a bonus 20 coins. That'll come in handy. Alright, I'll pick the purple path. Oh boy, it's a Bowser space. It's Koopa Kid again. And I have to give up 15 coins. But we still gained some overall right here on this turn. But it looks like Bowser's coming into play as well here. It's the Bowser Shuffle. Alright, so we're all gonna switch places. Oh, now Yoshi is close to the star here from what I'm barely seeing. Alright, blame it on the crane. It's gonna be the next minigame we're gonna play. And I'm the solo player here. Alright, let's try to capture all of our opponents here within 60 seconds. That was not a good start. Alright, there we go. We got Daisy out. Alright, there goes Yoshi. Alright, all we have left to capture is Wario. Got it! That is how I roll. Alright, we're on the last 5 turns. Alright, time to take a look at our current standings. So Daisy's in first place, Yoshi's in second, I'm in third, and Wario's in last. So nobody has got any stars right now at this moment, so literally anything could happen here. But anyways, going into the last 5 turns roulette now, and Wario's going to be the one that spins the wheel since he's the one in last place. It's the coin multiplier, so now all blue and all red spaces are now going to be worth double their normal amount of coins, at 6 apiece. Alright, anyways, let's get to the last 5 turns and see what happens. Alright, 1 for Wario. Alright, 5 for Daisy. On Yoshi, he's bringing out his mini mushroom. And it's going to be a 5, but it didn't matter what he got, because you're still going to be able to get the first star of the game on this turn. And now the next star's down here. But thankfully I do have a magic lamp to help me out right here. So at least it was a good thing that I did buy one of them from earlier. So Yoshi's got a chance to play for an item. Let's see what he ends up with. A warp pipe. Alright, anyways, let's go to me, and I would like to bring out my magic lamp right now. Alright, take me to the star, genie. So just like that, I'm now on the board here. That's certainly good news. Alright, so the next star is going to be over there. And we get a 4. Alright, how are we going to do on this dice duel against Goomba? Let's find out. We got to try to be a 7. And we're going to pull that off with a 10. So we do get ourselves 10 coins. Alright, let's see what we're going to be getting here on this mushroom space. I'll go with that one. It's a mega mushroom. Alright, going into a 4-player minigame. Toast Quick Draw. Okay, I really do like this one. Alright, let's see what color's up first. Pink. Ah, dang it, Yoshi got the first one. Alright, where are we aiming for now? Purple. Alright, we got that one. And now we're on the green. Oh, how did Yoshi get that one so fast? My goodness. Now we're aiming for blue. Okay. There's another one. Alright, come on. Let's try to get one more here. Alright, we're on the red. Alright! Got the win! And that's gonna put me in the lead by 3 coins. Alright, 4 more turns remaining right now, and Wario gets a 6. Alright, let's see how this dice duel against Goomba turns out for him. Oh, Goomba already rolled a 10 right here, so there's nothing Wario can do about it pretty much. So either way, he's going back to the start. And he's going to lose some coins on the red space. Alright, it's a 7 for Daisy. Alright, Yoshi's turn. He's gonna bring out his warp pipe. Well, landed on Daisy, but she's literally on the same space as Yoshi, so nothing happens here. Alright, so Yoshi gets a 2. Alright, there's a 5. Alright, time for a 1 versus 3 minigame. Candlelight Flight. Alright, so looks like I'm pairing up with Yoshi and Daisy. Let's see how it goes. And looks like we got it! Well done! Alright, let's go back to the board, and we now have 3 turns left. Alright, so it's a 7 for Wario right there. And he doesn't have enough coins to buy something in the item shop right now. But he does get a mini mushroom there on that mushroom space. Alright, Daisy gets an 8. Alright, let's see what happens with Yoshi right here. 8. Let's see how he does on this dice stool against Goomba. He's got to try to be a 7. And it's not enough. So it's back to the start for Yoshi. And he's losing coins on the red space. Alright, back to me. And we get a 6. I was just short of getting to the lottery shop right there on this turn, but it's alright. Now we're going into another 1 versus 3 minigame, and this time it's making waves. Pairing up with Daisy and Wario on this one. But this is usually a hard minigame to win out on the team side. Let's just see what we can do about it. Yeah, Yoshi got it. There was just nothing much we could do about that right here, but we tried. Alright, just 2 more turns left, and Wario's gonna bring out his mini mushroom. Alright, he gets some water.